Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lynn, and if this is your first time here, this is the place where braiders turn to learn braided hairstyles, develop tenacious hustle, and flourish in hope. In today's video, I wanted to show you an update on my crochet parting pattern. Now take notice that the parts are zigzagged because in my previous video, the parts were straight. The reason why I like to use zigzags is because it creates a more natural looking hairline, and it also gives the illusion of boxes versus just straight lines. But rest assured guys, everything else is pretty much the same. The way that I connect the braids, the way that I crisscross them over, the way even that I take the first braid and go all the way around the nape of the neck, all of that is the same. The only real difference that I have began to do is to zigzag the front and then connect them to the back and leave the back straight. So you can see that this braid that I'm attaching the crochet to right now comes all the way around the nape of the neck. The reason why I like to do this is because if your client wants to pull their crochet up into a ponytail, they have one clean row of crochet versus having folded braids in the nape of the neck. A lot of times what people will do is they'll fold their braids all the way down at the nape of the neck, and it can look very lumpy and bulky at that nape section. So if you want a clean line of crochet, the first braid that you do, braid it all the way down and come across the nape of the neck. Also, something else to keep in mind is that when you are still working on this first braid here, the braid that's closest to the ear, you want the knot to be underneath. So again, because if they pull their hair up, you want for this to look as realistic as possible, right? So what you're going to do is, if you want the knot to lay underneath, you will need to insert the crochet hook on the top of the braid and then pull it through, loop it as you would, and then tighten it, and you will see that your knot is going to fall underneath. Let's do it again. Connect your crochet, pull it through the loop, tighten it, and there you go. When you flip this up, all the knots will be laying underneath, also giving that consistent look that you want for your crochet to have. Now for this braid, I'm going to do the opposite. Because I want the knots to lay on top, I'm going to insert the crochet hook underneath the braid. So watch in this clip because I'm going to slow it down. So I'm going underneath the braid. I'm going to grab my crochet and loop it through. I'm going to pull that part through and then tighten it. And then you can see that the knot is now on the top. I must say that crochet is a rather easy install. Once you understand your braid pattern, along with where to insert the crochet hook and just little nuances like that, this is a style that you can definitely complete in under 2 hours. Now, of course, there's always going to be some exceptions. You may have clients that come in with super long hair or super thick hair, or maybe even really fine hair that it may take you a little bit longer to, establish your braid pattern and things like that. But for the most part, guys, once you have a system, and I say this with everything, whether you're doing feed-in braids, knotless braids, crochet braids, weaves, I don't care what it is that you do. Once you formulate a system, a repeatable thing that you can do over and over again and achieve the same results, that's when you're able to start knocking time off of your styles, and you're able to see yourself approach these styles with more confidence because you're going in knowing what you're doing. And trust me, that really makes a difference in how the style comes out. One thing that I have realized about offering crochet as a service option is that it's a win-win situation. So the fact that you can offer this style in under 2 hours or under 2.5 hours, and your client gets you know, a full style that has so much versatility and they have so many variations and options that they can choose from, it creates a unique selling point for you because they get this great style that can last them 4 weeks and they get this style in under 2 hours or under 2.5 hours. But on the flip side, for you as the braider and you as the person installing the crochet, this is a style that you can charge $100 for and essentially make $50 an hour. So this is a great thing for us as a braider because there's not many jobs you can go to today and make $50 an hour. So if this is something you master, you can get multiple clients in one day, right? And you know, you can do 3 or 4 people and you've now had a $300 or $400 day. So it's a win-win situation, like I said. Okay, so one last tip, but still very important. When you get to the back of the braids or that thicker part of the braid, I want you to make sure that you're going through the braid and not just underneath the braid. Okay, I think I talked about this in my last video, and I'll make sure that that video is linked down in the description or somewhere on the screen. But make sure that when you are doing this part, that you are going through the braid and not underneath the braid, okay? Okay, and now just on to some finishing touches. I like to lay the baby hair down. If your client has baby hairs, you know, go ahead and lay them down. One thing to keep in mind is that you want your client to be able to replicate what you've done. So in this instance, I am doing some very minimal swoops. Now, don't get me wrong, there are clients that really do like more, you know, fancy baby hair and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for this instance, we're going to keep it simple and cute, okay? Just to continue on with finishing touches, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I use some mousse just to define and give some moisture to the curls. I like to use the Magic Finger setting foam. And then I also am going to make sure that her crochet are placed in such a way so that there's no major gaps or anything like that. So to finish this off, I cannot forget to add the oil sheen. Again, I do like to give the crochet some shine, and I also want to make sure that it is reaching through to her scalp as well. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. This is a style that I really do enjoy doing, and my client has actually gotten a few different types of crochet, and this time we just happened to go with this curly lock type of look. So if you guys learned anything from this video and you found it helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.